Hello, everybody. Welcome to Back to Basics. Now, this is an introduction which I will be sharing. It's more like a preview of the real Back to Basic workshops that it's going to happen in the coming future. Right? So this is like a preempt or about what's going to happen during that workshop. And my name is Abia Panviki. Thank you for being here. Your presence means a lot for me. Okay, so what is this about? This is a workshop to cultivate awareness and bring integration into your mind, heart, and body. All right. So now, in this awareness and integration, this is what we'll be focusing on. And why are we doing this? I need to refer my notes so that I don't miss it. Why are we doing this is to realize the importance of building a solid foundation so that when we have a solid foundation in life, we can grow or thrive in any way we want, so that we can walk one step at a time and it's sustained over time. So my whole objectives of creating Back to Basics is to review all the aspects of ours, mental, emotions, physical, and to bring it into attention for all of us to review what are the aspects that we might have missed over sometime, and how can we bring back into the way that it helps us. Okay. So how are we going to do it? First is to bring awareness. Awareness is where we put attention towards certain things. So when I talk about bring your attention to your feet, now you pay attention to your feet right now. See which pressure is your feet on, more towards the front fingers, toes, or at the back of your heels. So when you're standing or sitting, is your feet touching the floor? If so, where is the pressure? So now what I mean by putting awareness on. Second thing, we will be going through a phase called releasing. Now release is important as much as awareness, because once you're aware which tension point are you putting on your feet, now you can, if let's say there's certain tension on different parts of your legs, let's say ankles are hurting. So what can we do? When we place attention towards there, we can do certain movement exercises or massage to release and let go of the tension. So the second part is to release. Mainly, it's about the emotions and the mental side, the beliefs and the emotions that comes with it. And then the physical ailments or any tensions in the body will release by itself. But when we are not conscious about our beliefs or emotions, we can always start with the physical part of the body. Simply movements, stretch. Yeah. All right. And then the third one is integration. How can we put everything from our awareness, from the release that does not serve us, how can we put everything back into alignment, integration of the mind, heart, and body. So this is the three things I aim to do with you, and also for the coming workshops. I have two workshops. One is Back to Basic. The second one is Journey into the Heart. Journey into the Heart will take a longer time. So Back to Basics serves as a foundation, and then we can go into Journey into the Heart, which I will be sharing as well in the coming video. So now once we are clear, let's start. Okay, so I'll be using the board to illustrate. And first, we talk about aware. So let's focus on this stage. It's not that clear, right? Aware. So how can we put awareness into the, yeah. There are many ways that we can do this. First way is the most obvious and easy way, which is through physical body. So if you're sitting, you can do that as well, but I would like to invite you to stand. The external mask of mind. Okay, so when you stand, you start to feel the orientation of the body back and move with the flow with the body as if there's a string controlling you. So you're moving in circle. Let's say I'm swaying my body back, side, front, side. So this is creating a general orientation movement of the physical body. And you can start to be more aware, put your attention into the feet of yours, both feet. When you move to the back, realize be aware if there's a pressure at your heels and your feet are touching the floor. So when you move to the side, you're putting pressure on the side of your feet. Front, you're coming to the front of your toes. Side, back. So this is a way to bring us back to this movement. Now, then you stop to the center. Okay, so this is your normal standing posture when you're aware of. But when you're not aware of, a lot of us will tend to do, I'll stand on a chair. A lot of us will tend to do this side or do this or do this, which means we're constantly poking. We're not standing straight in alignment with our spine. Instead, we are unconsciously putting pressure into one side, front or back, and including our shoulder. So when we stand, we're usually slouched as well as rounding the back. So, and as well as when you're sitting, can you realize, just pay attention right now. I'm just bringing more attention and awareness to your body. When you're sitting and typing, or you're just watching, how is your body position? Do you slouch? Do you just extend? And this has a great influence towards how you feel as well, how you are structured in your body alignment. So I want to bring attention into how you stand and how you sit. If you stand, look at your shoulder. Okay. Now, when we're conscious of it, let's stand with equal sides on both legs, equal pressure on both legs, if you can, and then stand in an open chest position, hands to the side, head straight, looking forward, eyes looking forward, chin parallel with your body. Hands and palms can be open, so it helps with the open position of the chest. All right, so this is it's an alignment of the body posture. If you stand, it will help you to feel more open. Now, as you bring your hands to the back and put them together, clasp your hand. And let's do a simple stretch as you pull backwards, your head moving up, eyes up, breathing in, and exhale. You can also do this. Clap your hands moving up, forward, upwards, hands looking up and breathing in, And exhale. Alright, so this is one way that we can do to bring, like, how do you feel after you stretch? How is your body feeling? How do you feel emotionally? How do you feel in your head? Does it feel more relaxed if you open your hands? Do you feel more open? Whenever we are yawning or we just want to stretch ourselves, we will open our arms because we want to open up our chest. When we open our chest, we feel expansion, we feel love. And when we close our heart, we feel sad, we feel like hugging ourselves. And that's the basic meaning of body movement. Okay. And so we want to check on your usual posture. We'll check on your usual posture, sitting posture and standing posture, and your head, shoulder, jaw. Do you always clench your jaw? And that creates tension. So bring awareness to your jaw, your neck. Is it stiff? If it's stiff, let's move around in a way that makes you feel better. And then how about your eyes? Are you always looking and focusing on one point on the screen? If not, let's do an eye exercise, turning around one side, 3, 4, 5, another side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down. Okay. Maybe we do a bit of face yoga. Just squeeze your face together into one piece. Squeeze as much as you can, and then let go. 1. 2 more times. Squeeze. 1. Squeeze 1 more time. 1. All right. Maybe a little bit about the ears here as well. We need to, the things that I really love to do is to use, how do I say, massage the lymphatic body. So there's a lot of limbs and nerves here. So when we do this, it soothes, let's say there's headache or there's things that make us feel like tension or in the jaw. What you can do is just a bit of the neck if you feel tension. So whatever feels good to you, to soothe your body, to relax your body, do it now. Or you can just follow me, because this is the standard things that I would do. Especially the joints. So we have moved your shoulder. Okay, back to on the front. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm doing it very free flow so that you can do it for yourself. You can hear some of the sound of the joints. All right, so we've done the upper part. We're going to the side body. Ooh, I feel my spine. So if you're turning one side, stay here. Turning the other side, stay here. All right. Maybe a little bit of your hips, if you like. What you can do is just like tilt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To the side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front. Front, side. So this warm up, you might be wondering why are we doing this, right? Because it helps us to bring whatever we do with the body movements. For those who do yoga, you would know that doing yoga makes us feel really good. Whenever we do some adventures as well, or running, any kind of sports activities to do with body, it brings us back into this moment. So let's go with our knees. We just start to shake the legs a little. And any tension that you have felt throughout the day, just let it go. by simple shaking. And this is what I really enjoy a lot. Start by shaking your hands, shaking your body, shaking your legs, and shaking the whole body in any way that you would love to. And you can shake in all directions. All right, and then stop. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And close your eyes. Welcome yourself to this space. Welcome yourself to this moment. And we will continue to our workshop on back to basics. So we have talked about awareness from the physical body, your standing and sitting postures throughout your body alignment, your shoulder, your eyes. And so this is the basic thing about the body, because this is what you do every day that accumulates and become who you are today. So when you find yourself walking, slouching, or you can just ask people to remind you, because whenever I see people slouch, I'll try to help them to stand straight, but it does not last long. So what can you do is just to remind yourself whenever you remember, or simply put your hands backward, and it will help you to straighten out, simply. Okay, or don't sit in a sofa for a long time. Sit in a straight chair. All right, so these are the simple tips about body movement, and look into your habits as well. We will talk a little bit about habits as well. So, because habits is what you repeated continuously, and it became, you are what you repeated. So we talk about body, we talk about movement, and now we want to talk about what do you feed your body, right? You are what you eat. So whenever you eat something, it became who you are, a part of you. Now let's review on the things that you have eaten today. Can you remember what have you eaten today or yesterday, the last meal that you've eaten? How do you feel before or after you eat? How does your body feel after you eat? Do you feel more drained, more tired? Do you need time to sleep or rest? Do you eat a lot? Do you eat a little? Do you eat just enough? Do you even eat? Do you drink enough water? Now, all this review, I'm just bringing back awareness to yourself and what kind of food nourishes you and makes you feel so much better after you eat. So these are the questions that I want you to be aware of. And what would you like to eat next? Are you conscious about what you're feeding your body? Yeah. If so, how can you make it conscious? Awareness, right? Eat and drink. Another habit is about sleep. This is very important. Sleeping, the basic thing in life, why do we sleep? Understanding why we sleep. We will talk about that in the workshop. And also defining why you sleep. Do you have a hard time sleeping? How well do you sleep? How's your quality of sleep? How's your sleeping environment? Does sounds affect you? Does light affect you? And does people that sleeps with you have produce different noises or move around a lot? So how can you create a more better quality sleeping environment for yourself? This is something for you to figure out, okay? Another thing is move. So how often do you move? Are you active, partially active, semi-active? Are you more in a passive mode, which you hardly walk or you walk less than 3,000 to 5,000 steps a day? Or do you spend more, invest time a lot in exercising? What kind of exercise do you do? Now, so you have a lot of exercise time, but what about your sitting time? You sit a lot throughout the day. How do you sit? How can you increase or decrease your sitting time and increase your movement time? That is another question for you to figure out. So these are the basic things in life, exactly what I'm pointing out. Linking back to your body, so if you don't eat well, you don't sleep well, you don't move well, you don't move actively throughout the day, how does your body feel? Which part of your body is feeling tense? And which part do you need to take more attention, pay more attention towards it? If you have been feeling pain a lot in the stomach or in the back pain, now what can you do about it? Are there any exercise, any forms of movement that can help you to soothe the pain? Now this is level 1, basic level 1, okay? Now let's go to the mind. Are you aware of your thoughts right now? What are your dominant thoughts? What are your thoughts right now? Are you having any thoughts? If you don't have any thoughts, what about the thoughts that you kept on thinking about throughout the days, recent days? Are you worried about things? Are you worried about the physical materials, the safetiness of you or the people around you? Are you worried about your job, career, about your body health, about your relationship? So what are your thoughts, main thoughts about it? Then, on the second part, we will go into the different belief system of your thoughts. So the mind is just to be aware of the current thoughts. Just take a breather. Okay. Then we'll go into the emotions. I hope this is board. Okay, this is marker pen. All right. So let's go into the heart, the emotions. Be aware of your current emotions. Pay attention to your current emotions right now. What are you feeling? Or you don't feel anything? Are you able to experience a certain type of emotions? It could be ranging from the lowest would be you shame, fear, in terms of frequency level, the range of the emotions, coming up to content, coming up to gratitude, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. So this is one example. So how are you feeling right now? You might feel like the body felt tired, the heart felt excited to learn, the mind felt I'm everywhere because it's too much questions. All right, so just to be aware of your emotions or your dominant emotions. Okay. Now, another thing that we need to be aware of is the space. This included your physical space, where you are right now, your home environment, your work environment, your sleeping environment, your eating environment, your digital space as well. Are they cluttered with stuff? Are there stuff they're not clean? Are there parts they're messy? And you have a lot of files? Do you have a lot of files on your desktop or on your phone, on your emails? Are there a lot of messages that you need to reply that you haven't done so? So just be aware of all this. There's nothing right or wrong about it. It's just to simply be aware. Just that you know, okay, I have this in my space. And I probably need to clean up this, but I couldn't do so. Let's not go into why first, okay? So you're aware of your space, and now you go into relationship. Now, relationship, it's interesting because it's actually everything. Now, the first relationship you need to look at is really relationship with yourself. Now, just be aware of your relationship with yourself right now. Are you having a relationship with yourself? Is there a relationship with yourself? Is this a good relationship? Or do you want to have a better relationship or closer relationship with yourself? Now, the fact that you're here and doing this and listening to this, I would assume and I would put you into a place where you have a desire to build a better relationship with yourself. And also, it could be in any ways. And also, what about your relationship with the people that you love around you? Your partner, your family, your parents, your siblings, your neighbors, your co-workers, your relatives could be. So how's your relationship with everyone? There might be someone that stands out to you that might have a more intense kind of relationships, or things might have been very hazy, or there are a lot of knots around this relationship, meaning that there are unresolved issues that you need to look at. So what are these relationships? Now, the last thing is about the relationship with the world. How's your relationship with Earth, with the group humans, humanity, with nature, with Earth? I'm bringing single hole into a bigger circle, because the point is, once you're aware of it, you get to see so much more, and then you can expand your view about life. Once you're in this expanded instead of keyhole view, you are inviting infinite possibilities into your life, including the solutions that you're looking for, including all the things that you want to experience in life. Okay, so once you're aware of all this, let's move on to release. Okay. Let's just take a breather and just breathing in and exhale. 2 more, breathing in, breathing in all the refreshing energy into your body, and exhale, let it go. Release whatever that does not serve you, and breathing in one last time, all the prana, chi, amazing, feeling good back to your body, and exhale. All right, let's go to release. Now, what we are looking at here, it's actually very, I would say, personalized, because every time people who I'm with, wherever I'm with, it depends on what people needs to work on. Let's say it's a group energy. We're gathered here because we share certain type of energy and we need to release a certain type of energy. So release, I would suggest to choose one thing to release at one time. Let's say, because I'm doing this recording, I don't have people with me, but I can still tap on the thing that people who are watching this might be related to you, because you're watching this, that means you're relating to this. Okay. So there are things that we collectively want to release. Mainly is fear, anxiety, which comes to lack. So I'm writing fear, anxiety, and lack. Okay. So let's just focus on these 3 emotions, and this is not emotions, this is the beliefs. So we're dividing this into emotions and this into beliefs. Well, I see this will be a common theme for the coming workshop anyway. So let's work on releasing this from the mental space and heart space and physical and energetically. Actually, there are more aspects about this, like energetic aspects as well, spiritual aspects and stuff. But let's just focus on the basic, okay? All right, so let's focus on releasing one thing at one time. The first one is fear. So what is fear? Fear is a common emotions that all of us felt individually, collectively, and it's a valid emotions which are here to with its purpose. Fear has a purpose. Two things in general. One thing is fear help us when we are needed to survive in a moment of survival, when a threat suddenly comes and we need to run or hide or fight, flight, freeze from it. So fear is a defense mechanism that is built into our body so that we could survive in survival situations. Animals run from threat, but once they run and they are away from the threat, they just shake their body and they're done with that fear. Humans have fear stored in our memory systems, and therefore it's in our body nervous systems and so-called cell. So what we want to acknowledge is that fear is a built-in mechanism that helps us to survive in special times. That's it. Another type of fear is when it's accumulated, repeated, and in circulation, especially when we associate it with a certain memory. So the mind will recall it and associate things that are similar to the past memories as fear. So we are afraid of repeated cycles. We are afraid of moving forward, going to, let's say you drowned, you have experienced drowning before in a pool or a river, and now you're afraid of the water because you have that memory and you want to protect yourself, you don't want to die, of course. So it makes sense to be fearful of water. But the thing is, it also inhibits you to enjoy the experience of water, river, swimming pool, stuff. So how can we transcend that fear to get out of the repeated cycle? Your fear, you could be speaking out. The fear of saying no, the fear of saying yes, the fear of showing up yourself, the fear of getting rejected, there's so many fears. The thing is, how can we release that? First is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge. I'm writing down and I take time to write down so that it helps you to absorb. Acknowledgement is the most clear-cut way to start to begin with. So once you're aware that I have this fear, you know your fear, right? You will know what your fear is. So you acknowledge it. I have this fear. You admit it to yourself. You're honest and you're truthful about this. I have fear of confronting people and telling people how I feel because I don't want to hurt them. I perceive that I might hurt them and I might feel very bad. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to make them feel bad. So I don't say it. That's my fear. I'm working on it right now. My fear, it's always linking to beliefs. Now, why do you have said this fear, for example? I need more examples. So when I have this fear of expressing myself, I believe that when I express myself, see how it links to beliefs, yeah? I have the emotions of fear of expressing because I believe that by speaking my truth, it will create discomfort in others and discomfort in me. So I dislike discomfort. I avoid discomfort and pain. I would not want to have that. So I always run away from expressing. Now, this is a belief. Now, how do you change your release this kind of beliefs? It's by replacing into another beliefs. One way. There's so many ways of doing this. It's either you clear everything, your white memories like clear, 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 clear. But there always be something like a seed within you. So what you want to do is to replace the thoughts, beliefs that you have towards that fear, and then reinforce it. Okay, so for example, I have these beliefs about expressing my thought will create discomfort in me and others, and it will threaten me, my survival mechanism. So now I replace into a thought where no, that is not true. I would like to replace my beliefs into whenever I express my truth to people, it will help me and help others to move forward in life so that we don't remain in the same repeated cycle. So that we move and we grow together. Whether we're growing together or separately, it's out of the business, but we are here to evolve, we are here to move forward, and even if that makes that person feel sad, angry, or it piss people off, I am at peace with myself. So I when I have this belief and I start to constantly reinforce whenever the situation arises, it makes me feel like no, I'll use my body cues to open up my heart, my chest, and I start to tell people even though I'm shaking inside. So then the reality started to change because the beliefs change, your emotions change, and what you do is you change. So this is a very simple thing that I believe everyone knows about, and I would like to believe that. Okay, so this is about fear. And anxiety, you look at what you're fear about, and then what can you replace your fear. Now we look at anxiety. Anxiety is when we are worried about future. Anxiety a lot, it's also correlated to certain past where because something happened in the past and now we're worried that it might happen in the future. So what can you do to replace that with beliefs? It's that what can you okay, so let's say for example, I have this anxiety about I might not be able to I'm taking motor lessons right now. I need to take I want to have a motor license so that I can drive motor around. So my anxiety in the past, I have failed. I failed exams or I've not taken my exams in 16 years ago. So I have a slight worry about future that it might happen again because I believe that I might fail because there's a part of me believes that I might fail. So it creates lack. It means I believe that things will happen again. So I'm worried, I have anxiety. Yeah, so how can we deal with this? It's just look at the beliefs. So now I don't believe in, I would like to replace in that lack beliefs that I think that I might feel. Now I'm consciously aware of it. I know that, nope, this is not going to happen. It might happen, but right now I'm more trained, I'm skilled, and I want to invite more possibilities of passing. So there are a lot of possibilities that are happening in the future. It means that instead of thinking of a lack, let's rewire and replace with abundance. So I want to experience the success of gaining my motor license, which is happening tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, now I've practiced enough. I have the skill. I feel stable. I'm stable. And I know I can do this. So even though the thoughts might come out a little, but right now I just keep reinforcing it until it became a reality. Okay, so we will talk about this for sure in the different video. I felt like it's long enough. But for now, let's do a different let's move into integration. Because in the workshop, I'll definitely spend more time with it. But for now, let's just focus on the basics. Okay, the third one is integration, okay? So what do you want? What is integration? Just take 3 deep breaths before we go in. Breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Letting go of releasing whatever. Because during the workshop, I'll actually incorporate more movements and hands-on exercises so that it helps with the releasing time. It's just right now I'm giving key points, and summaries. Breathing in. Lastly, and exhale. All right. Okay, so let's go to integration. By integration, I mean that we are putting the mental structure, mental beliefs, emotions from the heart, and the physical body actions that we do daily, putting it into one piece, so that we are creating a new reality, a new you that you will experience. Something new that you've always wanted to experience. Because once you let go of things, you're clearing up, you're making space, and you're welcoming things to come into your life. By integration, what can we do is I'll be using patterns to help you to move forward. One thing is you start with a dot in the middle and a circle. You can draw this or just visualize it. So you have a dot representing you as a single unique consciousness, 0 unit level of yours, the origin of everything, but it's just that you can put it into you, simply you. You're in the middle and you have circles around you. So in these circles, you can also imagine there is a bubble around you at your arm's length. So there's a bubble at this diameter circling around your body. And you can include your home space, you can include your yourself. Okay, that's just not home space. Let's just put it yourself, and you're in this bubble. Now you can make the bubble bigger, expand it bigger, either imagine or visualize, or just look at this. Now inside this circle, it means everything that you accept, you want, you prefer. Okay, so this circle represents your boundary. But whatever that you put in the circle, you can put, if you draw it, you can put whatever that you want to invite to experience into the circle. Let's say love. Definitely want to experience love, joy. So emotions and belief systems or physical manifestation, just put it in there. The people that you want to have close relationship or you are in close relationship with, you can put it in. But be aware, these are all the things that what you want. So let's just look beyond the circle then, is what you don't want. Maybe you can start there because it's easier also. So the things that you don't prefer are a person or a person, it could be a person or a certain type of energy. Let's say, is this a very simple basic, okay? So you're putting emotions, certain lack beliefs. Consciously, you're putting awareness into what you want, can accept, you allow to be in your space, and what you don't want to be outside of your boundaries. So this is awareness. Now, another thing that you can do is to use this. They are the triangles. So when you draw the triangles, these triangles, there's a pointy thing, 3 pointy thing, right? So these triangles will help you to focus on the things that you want to focus on. So choose one thing that you want to focus on, one belief or one emotions that you want to focus on in the coming 3 months, for example. Okay, so let's say I want to focus on abundance. So I'll be putting abundance inside the triangle. And this is your focal point. Focus. And this 3 months, I'm going to focus on abundance. The third exercise is to draw a square. So the square have 4 lines, right? These 4 lines will tell you, you will use it as your daily habits. So each line represents what are your daily habits. It could be, it really depends. It could be the habits that you have always wanted to, you have been sustaining, that's great. But let's put into a new habit that you want to create, you want to practice. It could be eat well. Eat, sleep, move, or certain kind of actions that you want to take daily towards your goal. To reach abundance, what do? I make sure I eat nourishing food. I make sure I sleep sufficiently and quality, have good quality. I make sure I move throughout the day and a specific and time doing certain kind of movement to reach certain goals throughout the day, walking steps. And then the last thing would be what else I can do to reach, to be in that state, to practice into that state. Let me just look at that because I've been doing these 3 things. What can I add in to embody the abundant state of being? What I'm doing right now. Sharing, recording video, giving. So this is what I'm doing. And you can put it on your words. All right. So this is also related to what are the beliefs that you want to create, right? Beliefs and emotions that you want to focus on. And then your daily things. What are you going to do daily? Practicing for now. Okay, I feel like this is coming to an end, and I will have 3 simple homework for you, should you choose to accept it. I use a different pen. So homework, it's to sustain, to make this continuous. You have to do things daily. You have to do the work. You have to be responsible and just make things happen. 1, track your progress. So how are you doing with your daily habits? 2, once you track, and then daily plans. You do your daily cleansing. How do you cleanse? Besides showering, you are cleansing you're being aware of your thoughts, you're aware of your emotions, and you're aware of your actions. So how do you track is just by writing down your progress throughout the day about your dominant thoughts, your dominant emotions, and your actions throughout the day. Because it leads to where you want to be. And how do you cleanse? It's once you're aware of it, and if there's anything that you need to release, you can write it down. It really helps when you write down. I would just suggest you to write down this. And then the last thing is to do daily nourishment. Okay, so daily nourishment means you're feeding yourself great input. What you eat, what do you see, what do you put into your mind, what do you put into your heart? Do you laugh throughout the day? How can you create more laughter? How do you share love? Do you say I love you? So you're nourishing love, you're nourishing yourself. Okay, so this will help you to sustain for at least just try out for 3 months and review it, see how it goes. Because 66 days, 99 days, or some say supposed to be 21 days. If you want to set like 21 days, okay, so do this for 21 days or 66 days, see how it goes, and review this. Once you review it, then you can make a decision whether I want to sustain this, use the same method, or change a different method. So these are the back to basics, simple sharing, and thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your presence, and I look forward to see you next time. Ciao.